This latest lawsuit alleges the music mogul gang a woman 20 years ago when she was only 17. A woman identified as Jane Doe alleges she was 17 when Sean Combs and two others trafficked her for and
used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there.
Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even up.
There's nobody else to look at, nobody else to blame. Nobody that can really fix it.
This latest lawsuit alleges the music mogul ganged a woman 20 years ago when she was only 17. A woman identified as Jane Doe alleges she was 17 when Sean Combs and two others trafficked her for, and we used to have these bottles right, and on this bottle, they be regular. Moab bottles on them bottles, right there. They been have something to make the girls be real slippery, and all of this kind of stuff, so when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there, only doctor them bottle. Les, right there, nobody else to look at, nobody else. To blame nobody that can really fix it. 50 Cent has become one of Diddy's biggest enemies during the series of lawsuits that have bombarded the rap mogul after Diddy finally broke his silence regarding the growing allegations of Say, with a fourth alleged victim filing a lawsuit claiming she was gangar and trafficked by Diddy and his associates. When she was only 17 years of age, 50 Cent has been taking the news of every major allegation to target Diddy with posts on Instagram, the latest saying he will be donating all the proceeds from his Diddy documentary to victims of S. He even went on to suggest that a close friend of Diddy's, who's known as Rick Ross, should also be investigated. Word on the street is that Diddy and Ross have engaged in freak-offs together in the past, with 50 Cent planning on revealing details on this and more in his new documentary. The new lawsuit that Diddy is facing is quite similar to that of Cassie, with both discs playing a large trigger warning on the front page. The details within this lawsuit are extremely disturbing, even including photos of Diddy with his alleged victim. Legal experts are now confirming that this lawsuit will most likely lead to criminal charges against Diddy. The rap mogul has put out a statement promising to fight the truth, and now sources are saying Diddy will attempt to use the same strategy R. Kelly used to try and get the public to believe him. You may remember the time R. Kelly did an interview where he begged people to believe him and how the accusations made him lose everything. But this didn't really get the R&B singer anywhere. What my crazy past and what I've been through. Oh, right now, I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their wheel, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. 30 years of my care. Robert, 30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me, you killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids. And I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it. At this point, we briefly pause the interview to give Kelly a moment. His publicist help calm him down. I hope this camera keep going. No, we're going to let Cam keep. This is not it. Doesn't even make sense. Why would I hold all these women? Will this be the end for Diddy? And will 50 Cent's documentary bring forth to light more allegations and expose the truth about Rick Ross and his associates? We'll break it down for you. It all falls on you. Nobody else. However, your fear situation you're in and you're letting yourself be in. It's you. Diddy is yet again facing another disturbing Say lawsuit. However, this time the alleged victim claimed she was only 17 when Dan Harpier, the press ident of Bad Boy Entertainment, drugged ESS and trafficked the victim across state lines. The victim is using the same lawyer Cassie did, Douglas Wigdor, a high-profile attorney who won multiple multi-million-dollar verdicts and has helped take down Harvey Weinstein as well as many other powerful men who have been found guilty of Say. The lawsuit that was filed by Jane Doe has a large trigger warning for highly graphic information of S nature, including Say. It states that the allegations are in many ways even more disturbing than those filed by Diddy's other victims. And once you actually sit and read through the lawsuit, it's clear as to why this is being said. Jane Doe claims that back in 2003, when she was in 11th grade and only 17, she was EST trafficked and Ganger by Diddy Pierre, and a third assailant in the lawsuit. The third assailant is a pseudonym for his real name, which will be amended during discovery. The alleged victim claims that she met Har Pierre and the third assailant at a loop ending in Detroit, Michigan, where Pierre insisted that he was best friends with Diddy Pierre, then allegedly called Diddy on the phone, who was 34 at the time, where Jane Doe claims he convinced her to accompany Pierre and the third assailant on a private jet to come to his studio in New York. City Jane Doe alleges that before they left for the private jet, Javier smoked cracked cocaine in a bathroom at the lounge, and say her the lawsuit continues by stating she was then escorted to a private jet by Pierre, a random man, and the third assailant. They then flew to Teterboro, New Jersey, where Susie were waiting for them at the airport. Jane Doe claims they drove to Diddy's recording studio, which was owned and operated by Diddy and Bad Boy Diddy, and his associates, then filled her with drugs and alcohol until she reached the point where she could not possibly consent being able to have sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age. She then alleges she was Ganger by Diddy the third, assailant, and Hart. Per in that order, she continues to describe the gruesome details of the attack and claims Diddy sat and watched the whole thing as she was being essayed by others, begging them to stop. The lawsuit states that after the third ascent was finished, Mr. Pierre took his turn at essaying Jane Doe and then violently forced her to give him oral, during which Jane Doe began choking and struggling to breathe. According to the victim, once Pierre was finished, he left her in the bathroom alone, and she fell into a fetal position to lay on the floor as she was in physical pain from what had just happened to her. She also mentions how she could barely stand following the gang saw and had to be helped to walk out of the building and into a car. She was then taken to an airport and flown back to Michigan. The lawsuit goes on to say that unlike many victims who have come forward after decades, Jane Doe can prove that she not only met Diddy on the night of the alleged crimes, but she was also at his New York studio with him. That same night, the victim submitted various photos that had been taken the same night of the attack, when she was just 17, with one photo even showing her sitting on Diddy's lap. Now legal experts are claiming that these accusations will lead to criminal charges against Diddy. These accusations have led Diddy to break his silence on Instagram just hours after the lawsuit was filed, where he denied everything and accused his alleged victims of going after him for his money. He said, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." Sources closely following the situation are also saying that Diddy will attempt to use the same strategy that convicted ex-offender R. Kelly used to make himself look as the victim and paint his accusers as money-hungry liars before Kelly was found guilty and sentenced to 31 years in prison. The R&B singer sat down for an interview with Gayle King, where he broke down crying and claimed that he was innocent and that all his victims were lying. "I'm going to tell you something. There's one I'm going to tell you something said about you what women said about me. What women, so nobody's allowed to be mad at me and be scorned and low me. So they're lying on you. That's your explanation. They're lying on you." Music. Absolutely, absolutely, absolute. Ely, you feel that people have maligned your character. I have been assassinated. I have been buried alive. Oh, right now, I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against, say, we'll chain them up in my basement and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Stop it. Oh, quit playing, quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I get you 30 years, Robert, 30 years of my care. Real? So it would make sense to see Diddy try and use the same formula R. Kelly used to save himself from jail time. This is referred to as the Darvo technique, which consists of deny attack and reverse victim and defender. We'll have to wait and see how this ends up working out for Diddy if he ever ends up getting criminally prosecuted. Now, 50 Cent recently confirmed his production company, Unit Films and Television, is developing a documentary that will analyze all the allegations regarding Diddy, with 50 promising he would bring out more receipts soon after the fourth lawsuit was filed against Diddy. He even went on to announce that he'll be donating all the proceeds from the documentary to support victims of Say on Instagram. He went on to say My God 17 was no one off limits this. Documentary is going to blow you away. Did he do it or not? Coming soon, Fitty. Then shared another post implicating that